Welcome back to Never Don't Ask with me, John Martin, and it's time to go back to where it all started. Well, okay, something started. As for Railway 200, we head to Shildon, County Durham, where the first passenger train on the Stockton and Darlington departed from. Shildon Station is on the Tees Valley line, which runs between Saltburn and Bishop Auckland. Shildon is the penultimate station on the line, just under 3 miles from the terminus at Bishop Auckland and 2 miles from Newton Aycliffe. The station itself is found to the east of the town, down a lane connecting it to Spout Lane. Various footpaths connect it to the rest of the town for pedestrians. According to Wikipedia, this station opened in 1825 when the Stockton and Darlington opened. This is basically cow manure. The Stockton and Darlington didn't have stations when it opened. The first train left from outside the Mason's Arms public house. The original stretch of line no longer remains, but you can walk its route. It just misses the current station. The current line joins the original Stockton and Darlington alignment just to the east of Shildon Station. Because Shildon is so entwined with the history of the railways, it's difficult to find sources that concentrate on the station rather than the surrounding town. But by the end of 1842, the Stockton and Darlington had built their extensions to Bishop Auckland through Shildon Tunnel, and they had built a station here at Shildon. Engine workshops sprung up around the town, along with a considerable amount of railway infrastructure, making Shildon arguably the first railway town. The Stockton and Darlington wasn't a financial success in the long term and got taken over by the North Eastern Railway. The signal box was built in 1887. It is reported to have been designed by Thomas Prosser, the North Eastern's architect who was behind York Station and the portico of Newcastle Station. However, Prosser retired 9 years before the signal box was built. So was he actively involved? Did they reuse some of his generic plans, or did he have nothing to do with it? I don't know. But leave a comment below if you can shed some clarity on the issue. While the local railway works were busy into the 1950s, they were closed in the 1980s. In 2004, the National Railway Museum branched out from York and opened the Locomotion site in Shildon. Linked with the opening, the station got a refurbishment, new benches, shelters, a CCTV system and a PA. The station sits in the Department for Transport F1 category for small, unstaffed stations. There are 2 side platforms. The down platform is 81 metres long, the up platform is 105 metres long. The stations are linked by a footbridge. The bridge is part of the local footpath network, so is quite a way beyond the station, and it isn't a quick walk between the 2 platforms. Marks for services 2 out of 10. This is a regulation 2 out of 10. There is an hourly service each way. Bishop Auckland is one way, the other is Darlington, and then on towards Middlesbrough and Saltburn. From the 23-24 figures, we had 54,624 exits and entries from the station, giving us an average of 149.65 passengers a day. The station sees 206 services per week, leading to an average of 5.1 passengers per service. The most popular destination is, not surprisingly, Darlington, followed by Bishop Auckland and Middlesbrough. For visitors like myself, I would have been included in the Darlington figures, as it was much cheaper to split tickets at Darlington, rather than coming all the way from Manchester. Passenger figures are very much fluctuating over the years. It certainly hasn't recovered to the pre-COVID levels, and the 23-24 numbers were actually down on the year before. Marks for onward travel, 2 out of 5. There are 2 bus services that run past the station. The 1 runs between Darlington and Toll Law and Cook. The 5 runs between Bishop Auckland and Darlington. Oddly, both routes go toward Darlington, but in different directions. Both services are half-hourly. A bonus mark for the possibility of train rides at Locomotion. Marks for accessibility, 6 out of 10. The station is unstaffed, but both platforms are accessible. There are ramps to the footbridge. These footbridges lead to various footpaths that lead to the station's surrounding area. There is a PA and there is a dot matrix display. Marks for station facilities, 3 out of 10. Despite the refurbishment, this is a modern station but with limited facilities. There are covered shelters, ticket machines, a bit of parking. A PA system was playing some light music while I was there, but at a volume that would make it difficult to listen to headphones and sit in shelter. The car park has spaces for 8 cars and there are 4 cycle spaces. Marks for care and character, 13 out of 20. Despite its age, this station has a modern feel to it. The station has, unsurprisingly, lots of history boards on the Darlington-bound platform, while the other platform has lots of murals. The listed signal box and semaphore signal add to the character. However, the entrance driveway does let the place down, although many of the station users will arrive from the footpaths instead. Marks for nearby things, 6 out of 10. You're probably coming here for the history. The National Rail Museum's Locomotion branch is a short walk from the station. Heading the other way, you can walk the original route of the Stockton and Darlington line to where Locomotion itself set off. Near the station you can find coal drops, locomotive sheds and the house of pioneering locomotive engineer Timothy Hackworth. The Hackworth Park is also nearby. What there isn't is much in the way of commerce. There aren't any nearby shops or hospitality venues. Overall, if it wasn't for Locomotion, both the locomotive and the museum, this would be a very nondescript station, but the regeneration that the museum has triggered in the local area is reflected in the station. Overall, we get 32 out of 65 and 49%. If you like this review, please like, subscribe, share and ring the bell to be notified of the next upload. I will see you next time for another station review from somewhere else in the country.